reopening plan, health and safety are threatened, but the quality of education that our students receive is also threatened.
Chicago teachers take a stand on what was supposed to be their first day back at school. Some Chicago public school teachers refused to step foot into their buildings, saying their safety and kids' safety will be at risk.
Brittany Garzillo is live for us tonight in Logan Square.
Teachers cited a number of reasons why they would not re-enter school buildings today. And while the CEO of Chicago Public Schools continues to stress the safety measures in place, now dozens of Chicago aldermen expressing their concerns about the reopening plan.
Pre-K and special ed teachers were supposed to return to the classroom on Monday, a week before their in-person learning resumes. Instead, some teachers chose not to re-enter the buildings, including those at Brentano Math and Science Academy in Logan Square, who continued remote learning outside the school in the cold.
Re-entering into unsafe school buildings under a simultaneous teaching model will diminish the quality of education for both our remote and our in-person learners.
One CPS teacher demoing how she would have to teach young learners in person.
C, cat, K. This is covering what my students need in order to learn.
I am in fear for my life and for my safety and for the safety of our students.
CPS CEO Dr. Janice Jackson says the district has gone above and beyond what the CDC has required for in-person instruction.
But I think it's high time for us to get kids back into school, because the damage that will happen if they are not in school is damage that we can't fix.
But more than 30 aldermen signed a letter that went to Dr. Jackson and the mayor, saying that the reopening plan fails to adequately address a number of safety concerns.
Maybe we need to slow down and have a discussion to make sure that we're not just jumping into this blindly.
We cannot guarantee that we're going to be able to protect people inside of those buildings.
Fox32 asked Dr. Jackson what the likelihood is that teachers could be fired if they don't show up for work. Dr. Jackson says it's in no one's interest to fire teachers, but she does say there are policies in place for people who are absent without leave. Live in Logan Square.
For CTU, I don't know what they're trying to achieve.
Some parents lose patience as Chicago teachers refuse to return to the classroom.
As the standoff between CTU and CPS intensifies, a few 100,000 families are caught in the middle. Sally Schulze has more.
Jennifer Camaros heads to Ravenswood Elementary, hoping her child can start preschool here next week if the teachers show.
The right precautions are being taken, and I do feel like we have to get back into our normal lives eventually.
At nearby McPherson Elementary, the local school council just backed the teachers in this fight between CTU and CPS. The LSE passed a resolution to reject the CPS reopening plan, calling it too aggressive. Plus, 35 aldermen have now signed a letter blasting the plan's safety and equity. That includes Alderman Matt Martin, who's also a CPS parent.
There's no substitute for in-person learning, but also there's nothing more important than the health of our families, the health of our educators. So we're managing as best we can, just like a lot of other CPS families.
I am so ready for her to go back.
Juliet Goldstein's daughter goes to Whitney Young High School, but as a freshman has never attended in person. And Goldstein worries the teachers union will continue fighting CPS on reopening.
They have CDPH, they have IDPH, helping them go through the plan. You know, schools around the country, around the world are opening without massive outbreaks. So I do think CPS does have a plan.
But until teachers and more parents back that plan, families wait to see what learning in the new year will look like. Sally Schulze, Fox 32 News.